A31 News at 4 starts now.
This afternoon, we are working to learn who will represent this suspected cop killer if and when his case goes to trial.
Today, we obtained court documents that show LeJeromeny Brown, hired attorney, will only represent him through a few hearings. Separately, a Madison County judge appointed 2 Huntsville attorneys to represent Brown. He is charged with killing Huntsville police officer Billy Clardy during a drug bust. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Naja Sherman.
And I'm Dan Schaefer. Way 31's Sydney Martin is live in Huntsville after questioning Brown's court-appointed counsel today. Sydney?
Dan, Naja, I'm here at the Madison County Courthouse this afternoon where I'm working to learn what that judge decided this afternoon. Now, appointed attorney Bruce Gardner told me he, along with his appointed co-counsel, were meeting with the judge in his chambers this afternoon to discuss who will represent Brown. Right now, we're still working to learn if the judge has made a decision yet, if he'll keep his retained attorneys or if he'll have his appointed ones.
They want this all done by law, that they want Mr. Brown to have the best counsel he can get, the best trial he can get. I know they want all that.
Huntsville attorney Bruce Gardner told me a judge in Madison County called him this week and requested he acts as LeJeromeny Brown's court-appointed attorney. A capital murder trial is normally very expensive. Gardner said it can cost more than $250,000. Court documents filed Wednesday show Brown's family hired 2 other attorneys to represent him through the preliminary hearing. It's not clear why they were only hired for part of the case. Gardner thinks it's a bad idea.
In my opinion, we shouldn't allow limited entries of appearances in capital cases because you need to hit the ground running from the day you get the case.
Gardner also told me it's highly unusual for different attorneys to handle different parts of the case, especially when it's capital murder. He also knows some people may scoff at the idea of representing a suspected cop killer. But Gardner said it's important to remember everyone gets a fair trial.
It's difficult undertaking representation of someone charged with this. But I think I have found in the past that the people who understand my role the most are the police officers themselves. This is a tragic event, regardless of whether Mr. Brown is ever convicted and punished and sentenced or gets the death penalty or not. I'm mindful of that. The whole thing is a tragedy.
Now, right now, we're still working to learn who will represent Brown. Gardner told me he expects for that preliminary hearing to be scheduled in the next few weeks. Live in Huntsville, Sydney Martin, Way 31 News.
Thanks, Sydney. This wouldn't be the first time Gardner's represented a suspect that is accused of killing a police officer. He was on the team that represented Benito Albarran. He was convicted in the 2005 shooting of Huntsville police officer Daniel Golden. Albarran hung himself in 2015 while on death row.